The shocking reason why Lady Zamar and Sjava is trending. And it speaks of a lot of things that are happening in our society, right? There are a number of lessons that we need to learn. And also, there are a number of rebukes that we can take from that situation. And that is exactly what we're about to do in this video. We will go through all of those things. But there's a statement that was issued or written, or something that was written on Twitter by men's are not very what yeah, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name right. We don't care if Lady Zamar has a talent or not. We don't care if Lady Zamar is beautiful or not. The fact is, if we haven't forgotten how she nearly destroys Sjava, forgiveness will only be under review after 25 years. That's because our brother could have served time in jail for nothing. Now, Lady Zama, she's busy saying that, you know what, you don't know, look, the other side of the story. I don't buy that too, because you were afforded a privilege and opportunity to present your case before the court of the law, and you did not win that. You're still telling us that we don't know what happened on the other side. Guys, there's a lot that is happening in this country. We'll go through certain things that were said by people, but I think it is about time we realize that men are going through a lot in this country, and there are people who want to take that and be the ones that are victims of such things, and I don't like that. And I hate the fact that you have prominent feminists such as Umande Samashego. She's quiet about this. You've got a prominent feminist such as Ntsiki Mazwai. She's quiet about this. The sad part is, some of you guys that are quiet and keep perpetuating this, you will give birth to a boy child that one day you will have enough evidence to prove that that boy child did not commit what he will be accused of at that time. And that's when you realize that there was a time where you needed to stop this or add your voice against this, but you kept quiet. But we're about to go through all of those things, provided that you're interested. If you are interested, then please stick around. As you stick around, there's only one favor that I'm requesting from you guys, and that favor is that you subscribe, you like the video, and you do comment in the comment section below. Why do you need to do all of these nice things, good people? You need to do it because doing it does help out a lot when it comes to the YouTube algorithm to promote and spread this video to as many people as possible. So definitely, good people, the power here is in your hands. So I'm looking at my laptop here, and we are looking at the things that are happening on Twitter as of now. Some of the points that are very much important that are said by people here on Twitter about the story of Lady Zamar. So Lady Zamar wrote something like this: why do you guys hate me so much? Or how have I become such an easy target for you guys? You guys don't know me or my full story, and you don't know you don't know why I kept quiet for such a long time. You guys have no idea how you break a person. You can't move on from an assumption of what happened to me. You have made your opinion my truth. What's the end goal of all of this hate, and why are you so determined to believe a story that's not even full or mine? When I try to tell you my truth, you guys don't wanna hear it. When I try to move on, you guys attack me. That's Lady Zamar. Then she continues to say, however, how am I supposed to exit in this space when I can't when I can I don't know, when can I just be me and not have either explain or apologize to? After you have commented on my stuff and said the most violent, evil tweets, what do you hope to achieve with this? What action will satisfy you guys? Cause I just can't just live my life. I can't just tweet. I can't just voice my opinion about anything special, especially relationships. Please help me out here. Can I move on, or should I keep on apologizing for trying my absolute best to move on? Then she concluded, the last paragraph says, do you want me to kill myself? Do you want me to die? murdered, go to jail, look, to make you guys happy? Do you guys want me to stop making music or public cry so you can see how I actually feel about what happened to me? Please tell me. Look, that's the tweet that she put out there. You know what I'm saying? After crying. But yeah, I'm loving the response. You know what I'm saying? From certain people, I love the response. Look, ngithi, you remember that I read that thing. Men are not bear. Men are not what. So look, he actually stated, Guti, no. Our problem is not that you exist as a human being. Our problem is that you look, there were things that you did which would have killed a man. This man lost a lot of things. This man went to depression. This man went look, almost serve probably 15 years 15 years jail time because of the allegations you brought against him. I remember he was supposed to be part of Uzalo. That I remember vividly. He was cancelled because of that allegation. I remember he was voted. He was supposed to participate in DSTV what awards. He was cancelled because of those allegations, right? So then the case is before the court, and then you lose before you lost it there, and you still want to convince me that there is a case that I need to understand against you, or I don't get it, because every fact should be tested before the court of law. And because there was no evidence, and then you lost the case, and still you want to embody the victim mentality, guys, come on. Oh, look, man's not Barry Renox Utige. We don't care if Lady Zamar she has talent or not. We don't care if Lady Zamar is beautiful or not. The fact is, we haven't forgotten how she nearly destroyed Sjava. Forgiveness will only be under review after 25 years. That's because our brother should have served time in jail for nothing. You know, Chris Axeliana says, remember that our brother Sjava is a breadwinner at home. The brother almost lost everything and gone to depression because of being falsely accused. Why now must we emotionally blackmailed by Lady Zamar because her mission failed? Ngeke. That's the comment from Chriselle on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? The salt of the salt of the earth. Lady Zamar isn't a victim of any kind, rather an architect of her own misery. In fact, she is a manipulator, pulling out the mental health excuse, trying to guilt shame people, holding her accountable for laying false charge on an innocent man. Then in brackets Sjava. What about Sjava's mental health? They asked that question. What about Sjava's mental health? Then men's are not buried. Yes, Utiga. You must feel sorry for Lady Zamar. I, for one, I don't. Look, what if Sjava had killed himself after his career came crumbling because of her? South Africans are implored to forgive Zama. We cannot accept an apology which was never tendered. What did she apologize for? To who? Lady Zama and Sjava scandal is proof that men are not at mercy. Look, No, let me repeat this one. Lady Zamar and Sjava scandal is a proof that men are at the mercy of women. We have dated. If they wanna put us behind bars, they can wake up any day and open a rape case. It does not matter which year you slept with her. If she changes her mind and think this was rape, you are going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things, guys, that I keep warning you about, Guti. You guys really have to be careful about the type of society that you are building. And I'm telling you this. A lot of you guys are going to go down through the same path. There's a verse in the Bible, I'm going to quote you this verse. There's a verse in the Bible that says where God was giving an instruction to the children of Israel about a certain people that kept attacking them. I think it was the Assyrian. You will find the story between the book of Isaiah chapter 38, check from Isaiah 36, 37, 38, 39, between them. He gave them a promise and said the same way the enemy attack you, the same way he came, it's the same way he shall go down. There was an incident or there was a scenario as well in the very same book, the Bible, where Mordecai and the Jews were said to be executed by the people they lived under at that time. Ne? So you'll find that in the book of Ruth in the Bible, right? So they wanted to exterminate them all. They survived simply because God had to make sure that what was planned against them, it turned out that it was the same thing that destroyed the people who planned the very same thing. The last scenario that I'm going to quote is in the book of Daniel chapter 6 as well, where they planned that they wanted to do away with Daniel, right? So the plan, everything that they planned, that same plan, it was executed against Daniel, but God made sure that they put Daniel in the lion's den, and then the following morning the king wakes up, and then he goes there, he found that Daniel was not chowed by the lions. So they take Daniel out. Then the following thing is the lesson as well. So he takes the very same people who plotted the death of Daniel, he puts them there, and the lion chows them. I'm saying a lot of you guys are going to fall by the same sword that you are planning against other people, because God will not take it kindly. I am saying to everybody in this country, everyone that's going to come across this video, I am not in favor of genuine rape that does occur. I'm still saying the very same God is against that. But the very same God is against this falsely accusing of people. He's also against it. I'm gonna look. My biggest problem it is here when people that we trust, people that are reputable individuals in our society, they does things and we don't hold them accountable because they are women. The other problem that I have is this one. There was a video that trended, right, of a slave queen who slept with this guy, ne? And then this guy did not pay the slave queen. And then she records a video and she's like, I think she was talking to somebody, so she recorded that video and then sent it to somebody. And then she said, you know what, this guy, why didn't he give me money? Because Mina, I can just decide, you know what I'm saying, that this is a rape case. And if I decide that it's a rape case, and then you know what, I'm going to open a case and it's going to go down to prison. You know what I'm saying? Listen carefully. They consented. But now that she did not get what she expected, it has to pretend to be called now a rape. You know what I'm saying? Let's move on. You must follow this. Ne? Go check this. Fact check me on this one. Certain people were arrested on the Uber platform. This is what used to happen. So they will get a request, probably from around Jimistin, Joburg, Soweto. So if you requested, because at that time I used to own a car on the Uber platform, so I knew how it works. So if you requested going to Pretoria, most of them used to be long distance trip, right? So these lay queens will request and say, I'm going to Pretoria. Then that trip probably would, then it was around 700-800. Probably now it's around close to 1,000, I'm not sure. But maybe it's still less because this thing's sort of going up. Sometimes it goes down. I don't know now because I exited that business long time ago. Sold that car. I moved on. Now, here's the problem. So they will request and then go to Pretoria. You get to when the driver gets to Pretoria, and then the phone will say collect 850, and the slave queen says, I mean, I had a discount, and then this trip was supposed to be 250, and this is all I have because I had a discount. That means this person had a discount that is close to 75%, which will hardly happen. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew the business in and out. Remember that I've operated in that business. I had cars on that business, so I understood the business in and out. You know what I'm saying? I operated on that business when that business was still a convenient business to do. Back in the days, with one car, I would have collected more than 15K a month with one car. So I operated that business during those times. So I understood the business in and out. So she gets there and then she says, no, Mina, this is the discount that the app told me about. But listen, she then suggests, I'm talking about real cases where it was proven through voice note. That's how other people survived. She then suggests, you know what, let's sleep, then you get to pay yourself. You know what I'm saying? After sleeping, this is what will happen. When you're done sleeping with her, and then she tells you, you're either gonna give me 15K now, or I'm opening a rape case. That's how certain Uber drivers ended up in Sun City, sentenced. You know what I'm saying? over something that they never did. But I'm not saying I'm not saying all of them are innocent. I'm saying some of them, they ended up in Sun City simply because they couldn't prove that this was a consensual back. And then there was a case that happened here in Fosloras. Yes, at that time I used to stay around Fosloras, around Mailula. So this guy, he takes his girlfriend, they go, they stay in that family probably around the 12 during the day. Around 7 o'clock, the family is busy looking for this girl, but they couldn't track this girl because she decided to switch off the phone. So finally, they locate they search her by finding the boyfriend's homestead. So they found the place, Gaga boyfriend, and then they found the girl. Guess what? The family says, we're gonna open a rape case against you. And I had the sister crying literal tears, saying, yeah, I've always thought that all the rape cases that are open are genuine until today. Today I've learned that not everybody who's accused of rape, it's really rape. My problem with this is this. Genuine victims, when we don't trust them, it becomes a problem. Why? Because the very same women are making us to distrust them, but expect us to trust real victims. There are people that without shadow of doubt, we should believe and stand behind them and seek justice. But it's not going to happen if things like this continue to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to... sorry, guys. How best... my flu, guys. I don't know how best can I articulate this. But I'm telling you that real victims here will be the one that suffers the most. There are so many scenarios where rape has been used to punish men, and the sad part is nobody is saying anything about it. And my fear and my greatest concern is that you have people that are like a prominent feminist, Mandisa Mashako, quiet about it. You've got Ntsugima's wife, quiet about it. I'm saying every individual that is a feminist in this country, the organization, the ANC Women's League, that are always publicly out there supporting women who are victims of men's abuse, you know what I'm saying? I'm expecting them to stand up and fight women that are falsely accusing men, because then you are taking the credibility of, or the belief. I almost said believability, but you are making people to start not to believe the real victims of things. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna name two scenarios right now. You've got Rose Merendlov. Let's begin with Rose Merendlov. Rose Merendlov, her case was happening at Pambridge Court, and I can tell you today, cause I was there. I used to stay around that place. There was not even a single organization that protested against Rose Merendlov, a crime that was committed by a female. Now, often you hear that men and women are vulnerable. Sorry, women and children are vulnerable. So we are fighting against that. So in that case, you saw a woman committing a crime against one man, two children. So if not for the men, at least for the children, these people never said anything. I did not hear even a single voice from the prominent feminists that I've just mentioned previously. They did not say anything. You know why? Because a female at this point has been found guilty. You know what I'm saying? Nobody said anything about that. And it's worrying. If we are to build society, our fight is against justice. You know what I'm saying? If anybody goes contrary to justice, that's what we should be fighting for. Not to fight gender. But what I'm saying right now, we are not fighting for justice, but we are fighting gender. Justifying it by justice. You know what I'm saying? And that's my problem. Right? Number two, okay, this is not even number two, right? There are no order. But let's continue with this one. I had a friend at Katlehong police station, Ramkunupi to be specific. There was this day where I used to visit that friend whenever I'm free. So this guy is from a vendor. So I used to visit him. There was this day where I visited him at the police station. And then, listen carefully. This woman shows up at the police station And then she found her daughter with a certain guy, right? So Gandhi, the woman did not like this. Gandhi, this woman did not like this guy. So she's been warning her daughter again. It's not even her daughter, by the way. It's like your brother's child. Yes, not even like it was her brother's daughter, right? So she's taking care of, or she's taking care of her brother's daughter. So the brother's daughter loves the guy. The brother's daughter feel comfortable with the guy or around the guy. And I'm not saying things that I'm imagining them. It's things that she said it. She doesn't feel comfortable around her own aunt. You know what I'm saying? But the aunt, being the adult here, she then decides that that day a rape case was opened against that guy, right? I saw police literally crying tears because they said this is not the case, you know. But listen carefully again. So this woman was being helped by this man. So how they did it was that they asked this lady, forcing her to agree. And I'm telling you, whenever they're trying to force her, she was just saying no. But she wasn't talking verbally. When they say, "Did he rape you?" She was like, that didn't happen. Listen carefully again. The guy who is a police intimidated this girl, says, "Yeah, I'm going to arrest you if you don't agree that this guy raped you." You know what happened? This girl didn't even say yes, he did it. They say, "Yeah, now we are arresting you." They intimidated that lady to a point that, so after intimidating her, they then said to her, did he rape you? And when she said, she just said, they didn't ask quit anything. They just went to paper. Rape case open, done, gone. The guy is gone. And then I was there. It was Wednesday, and they said, the police guys that were there, they said, later today, we are going to collect an innocent guy, and we're gonna present this guy before the magistrate court. Guys, I'm saying we are in the business of messing up this country. We are in the business of messing up this country, both men and women. There are women who found a loophole and saw an opportunity to punish guys by using this thing. Lady Zamar is one of those. Her facts were proven in the court of the law, in the court of law. But look, she was found wanting. Still today, we are still persuaded to believe her. You know, there's a problem in this country when men are not yeah. When he said that, look, it's difficult being a man in this country, I'm now believing it. Why I am not seeing people protesting against the decisions. Now, let me show you things that horrible deeds that are done by women in this country. But whenever a woman does something in this country, it is not taken into consideration. It's not a big deal. But let a man do it. You know what I'm saying? First of all, before I show you those things, let me show you those things. I'll show you something at the end. There was a woman in Eastern Cape who butchered her family brutally. Guess what? She needs a psychiatrical evaluation. A woman can't do that. But when a man does the same thing, he's cruel, hijack. You know what I'm saying? There's no psychiatric evaluation that needs to be done. He's just disgusting. He must be taken out, down. He must go to prison. He's disgusting. There was a woman in Durban that was that was arrested after she aborted. Not aborted. She gave birth. Probably this child was a few months, and then dumped that child there. Painfully so, in a cold weather and all the stuff. And then that story trended. And guess what? Within 2 days, she was found and then was arrested. Guess what? She needs evaluation. Now, women can't do that. But they are they're constantly proving us that they are doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's only Rosemary where you didn't hear people saying, no, she needs a psychiatrical evaluation. You know what I'm saying? A lot is happening in this country, and we're not talking. You know what I'm saying? We are always, woman. It's the person who is a victim is a woman. Yeah. A man is wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I have a problem with this thing. Number two, let me show you something again. Did you know that facts are saying people who die the most on a daily basis, it's not actually women, it's men, not women. The gap is so wide. Go check your stats. You will be shocked. The media made me believe that women die the most, but it turns out that actually people who are at risk in this country, it's not women, it's men. Go check the states. There is 2,000 gap between men and women. We are more in danger than women. You know what I'm saying in this country, but it has been twisted around. But nobody's saying anything about it. It is there on your stats. It is there. Say, for instance, 1 woman will die in a day and 2,000 men will die in a day. That's how wide the gap is. But I'm telling you, it's not being spoken of. I think I'm exaggerating maybe a month. I make an example. A month, 1 woman will die in a month and 2,000 men will die in the same month. It is there on the stats. But the way we portray it as if it is women who are in danger. No, if you're looking at the stats, by the way, that's when you realize, some of you guys gave birth to boys. And I'm telling you, you will reap the consequences of what you are doing in this country. You're not building the country. You're actually turning the country apart. You know what I'm saying? Part of the stats that I've just told you, your boy child will be part of it. You will cry. You will sit on top of mattress. You will lament because you are part and parcel of these people that are perpetuating the problem. The media has done a good job in making people believe things that are not real. You know what I'm saying? There's a point that was been said that was mentioned by Lelo N podcast. She mentioned something that was very key, and I bumped into that video and I was like, wow, what she said something that is spot on. She said something, Guti, Senzo Meyiwa this day is a victim, but come to think of it, Senzo Meyiwa had a wife by the name of Mandis. He goes and he fornicate with Kelly, and that's where he died. Had he remained faithful, today we will have Senzo Meyiwa. Nobody's paying attention to such remarks. You know, when I heard that, I was like, wow, nobody's talking about it. You know what I'm saying? You know why it is important for us to talk about such things? Because there are many of us that can be rebuked for infidelity that has a deadly consequences. You know what I'm saying? We're not condoning what happened to him, but we are saying the people that are left behind, we are to learn from what happened to Senzo and say, wait a minute, Senzo, you had a wife, Mandisa, you left her, and then you went fornicating. You know what I'm saying? And as a result, you lose your life because you left a wife at home. Why didn't you divorce her if you didn't want her? You know what I'm saying? Why would you go after Kelly Kumalo? You know what I'm saying? Because you were busy after Kelly Kumalo. When you had a wife, we have normalized the behavior of cheating. As long as we are the recipient and the beneficiaries of a man cheating to us, it's okay. But as soon as we are no longer the beneficiaries of such, then we turn and become victims. I have a problem with this. And this leads me to this point as well. There was a case that happened, a post office case. I think a lot of you will remember. And there's something that happened in that case that a lot of people didn't even want to pay attention to. The lady goes into that post office. Now, before I talk about that lady, we are not saying what happened to Senzo is right. Take that, put it out there. We are not condoning it at all. The guy that took that girl's life, there's no negotiation. He must face the consequences of his action. But there's a lesson that we need to teach either men or women on the character of this girl. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. This girl goes into post office during the working hours. She is told, come back after working hours. Notice something there. What are you doing at FNB? You are told that FNB will help you issue your card at what time? 8 o'clock p.m. or FNB closes around 4 p.m. So if you're getting a person from FNB that says, come back at 8 o'clock p.m., where are you going to issue this card from? Where are you going to take these cards from? You know what I'm saying? Whatever needs the system, that person at that time is already locked out of the system, cannot access the system. So if he's saying come back at 8, that means you guys are agreeing to bribery. There's bribery that is to happen there. So had we focused on things like that to say, girl, what were you doing at post office after working hours? That means you consented to bribery. that turns out to, you know what I'm saying, to a point that turns out ukuthi this girl ended up being deleted. But I want you to listen to this point. I am not saying what the guy did, because every time you want to talk about it, they jump into, hey, Valenger, you can't defend this guy. I'm not defending the guy. The actions of this guy, it is worth life sentence. There's no negotiations. The actions of the people that took that took Senzomiwa's life, it is worth life sentence. But there are lessons that we are to learn from the behavior of the victims. You know what I'm saying? What were you doing at Kelly Kumalo's house? Because you had a wife in Devon. You had a house. What were you doing there? You were fornicating. Let's rebuke fornicate. I'm a man. But I'm saying to you, I'm a Christian man. There's nothing holy. There's nothing good about fornicating. If you don't love this woman, dump her. Find another one. But you cannot be jumping from this woman to another woman because it looks good, because you're a man. No. There's no such a thing. Even when I'm doing it, you must tell me my own words to say, Bongane, you once said that it's not good. I will still tell you that as long as I'm a Christian, there is, I tell you the truth. There's no righteousness in it. There's nothing good that comes out of it. You cheating, even if it's not your wife, it's your girlfriend. You cheating for the fact that you move from you have this one. You choose this one. Out of many, you could have chosen hundreds. You know, the others who are shaped this way, you could have chosen them. Then after choosing the ones probably that are shaped in a certain way, then you find the yellow bones. Now you have a dark bone. Now you want to have the yellow bone. Come on, we need to rebuke that to say, once you have made the choice, stick with your choice. What happened to people sticking to their choices? You know what I'm saying? So should we, you know what I'm saying, the same energy, the same level of agility that we would have rebuked people like Senzo Meyiwa. It's the same, you know what I'm saying, agility and the same energy we will use to say to that girl, what were you doing at post office after hours? Then because she's no longer there, then we talk to young girls there and say, stay away from criminal activity. Stop bribing people to get things done your way, and you don't want to pay, because things like that, it opens a can of worms, or it makes you vulnerable. Because if you stay sorry guys, if you stay within that system, if they said come at 4 o'clock we are closing, go to FNP at 4 o'clock, go to UPS at 4 o'clock, before 4 o'clock get help within the system, then you are safe. Anybody that robs you can be easily tracked, you know what I'm saying? But that is not to say the person who robs you is right. No, I want the guy that took that girl's life, prison. No negotiations. We are not talking anything. That guy, we're not talking anything. The people that took Senzo Meyiwa's life, we are not negotiating, but we are saying, we who are alive, let us learn from those people. Let us look at things that they've probably might have done it wrong and say, Senzo, you left Mandisa there. You went there. So meaning fornication is wrong. Number one. Lesson number one. Then you're looking at that girl at post office and say, you wanted to get help after hours at post office. Meaning bribery is wrong. So if a guy is suggesting that it's going to help you after hours, tell him, no, I want you to help me now. Because you are doing things within the system. Those are the lessons that we should learn from these people and pass it on to our children and say, guys, for you, at least we're not guaranteeing safety, but we are saying at least operate within this. There's righteousness in doing it, or you know what I'm saying, it's good for you to pay, you know what I'm saying. It shouldn't be a big deal. We should encourage people, pay the bills, pay municipality, so that the municipality, if they're not returning or they're not giving us service, we have a right to protest, to get the point. But if you're not paying electricity, you don't pay water, when they're giving you stage 6, you don't have a right to protest. You see the point? I'm saying let's encourage right